I crocheted this crop top last summer and I used to wear it a lot, but this time I decided to remake it a little bit, adding a border at the bottom so the crop top looks more structured. You will see the result at the end of this video, and here I'm gonna share a few steps that you need to make to use your scrap yarns to crochet a beautiful multicolor edge. So let's get started. You know, I don't want to crochet or knit just for the sake of it. I want to actually wear what I make, and I want to be able to match it with jeans, pants, skirts, etc. So I brought everything I would potentially wear with this one. So I have to see which one works potentially with this color. This one does, this one does, this one does. All these do work with pink. However, I'm gonna get rid from this one because a crochet top has a very vivid texture. This one is textured and they're just not gonna work together. So I'm gonna get rid of it. The rest, I guess the rest work pretty well. Step number 2 is to choose the yarn by color. Let's see what I have. Pink one is actually the one that I made the shirt from, the main color. It's a perfect taupe color and it works with this white, the most neutral color that works with everything. Black, maybe. These ones go together with these pants. The blue one, it goes great with the jeans. This one actually works by color. Maybe some glitter, some sequins. It's way too glamorous. I'm gonna grab this pink and see. Do they look good? Yes, they do. However, there's that step number 3, which complicates everything. Cotton, 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 cotton. And this is merino. If I use merino and mix it with cotton, I might have this problem. I want to wash my crop top in a machine, and I know exactly that cotton, this type of cotton, does work in the machine for machine washing. I've done it before. I've done it so many times. So I washed this one only in machine. However, if I use some merino for this project, merino might behave differently in a machine washer. If I have this one line of merino, it might shrink, and the rest from cotton will remain the same size. So this is not gonna work because this is a different material. For the same reason, I decided not to use this yarn. See, it looks, it's just perfect, neutral, ideal color that works with everything. However, it's a little bit thicker, and this is viscose, and I know that viscose might stretch a little bit, and I do not want that. I want all the scrap yarns, all the yarns to behave the same, and I want to machine wash my top. So this one, unfortunately, it's a great color, but it's not gonna work for this project. Now, I'm also thinking about getting rid of the black one. Why is that? Because this is very highly contrast thread and I haven't used it before, and honestly I'm not gonna do a swatch for this project, and such highly contrast colors like black, they might lose the color might run and just add shade to all the other colors. So I don't want to do that. I do not want to use untested threads for this project. So I'm sorry, black one, bye bye. I'm just gonna try to match what I have left. Maybe the blue one to me it just doesn't work together in this bunch. The next step. I'm doing this afterwards, but please make sure you do it every time you start a new project. Please, it's gonna save you a lot of time, a lot of effort. Have this always and have this always written down. What is that? Your hook number and your yarn and what is the type of the yarn. Please do that, especially if you like to change yarns and try to work maybe with different crochet hooks, because you're not gonna remember the exact size just right after you are done with that project. And if you have that written down, you remember, okay, I have this crochet hook, and if I want to add something to this project, I'm gonna use the same crochet hook. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is understanding the actual size of your super fine lace yarn. I know that I own only 2 types of threads of those super fine super lace yarns. This one, the main one, was 1,500 meters in 100 grams. The other yarns that I own, like this one, 2,400 meters in 100 grams. What does that mean? Actually, this yarn is much thinner than this one. The pink one is 1,500. The yellow one, the olive green one is thinner. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this yarn in 2 strands. So if I use 2 strands of this yarn, I get 1,200 meters in 100 grams, which is actually closer to 1,500 meters in 100 grams. So I'm gonna like unify these yarns. So this one will work in just 1 strand, and this one will work in 2 strands. I mean, this is the result. This one will work in 2 strands. So this is the idea of smoothing out the transitions, the color transitions. I hope that makes sense. So I grab the main yarn that I'm using, and I'm just go with single crochet stitches all the way around the entire work. Why is that? Because I don't want to start from a color, because I just want a nice edge. Now, when you crochet, you need to figure out or remember or write down, I hope it's written down before, how many chains and how many stitches do you have. So as many, like let's say this square has 2 stitches here, you need to go 1 and 2 single crochets into those stitches. And to make the edge more stable, I would go right into the double crochet stitch. See, 1, 2 single crochets and a single crochet, I go right into here. Okay, 1, 2 and 1 into here. So I'm gonna finish this row, and after I'm done, I'm gonna try to figure out which color I want next. Okay, my first row of single crochet stitches is done. You can see it right here is my first row of single crochet stitches, and you see this crop top, I wore it, I used it, and the bottom part maybe stretched a little bit. So in order to avoid that, to get back to the structure, I skipped some of stitches. For example, here I went 2, and then I went to into this stitch. Here I just made 1 single crochet stitch, 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here, just 1 here. So you see as you go, and you just make your own decision. Do you need more stitches, or do you need less stitches? So I'm gonna use my second yarn, and for my second yarn I decided to combine 2 threads, 2 olive threads. So I go into the very first stitch, okay, and I fix the yarn, and I go all the way around with single crochet stitches. Again, here you can use either single crochet stitches, or if it's too small for you, you can go for double crochet stitches, or use some patterns. It doesn't really matter, it's up to you. Now, what is important here, as you go, you need to check, does this edge look like it's supposed to look? Okay, if you see that it's maybe a little bit loose and you want it to look tighter, you go ahead and use this life hack. Insert your hook into the first stitch, 1, but don't go like this as for a single crochet stitch. You go like this, 1, and then 2, and then work all these stitches together. Some people prefer to just skip a stitch, like see this one, I skip 1 and go like this, but you see the edge, when I decreased like that, looks nicer, because this skipped stitch, see, well, it doesn't look as nice as this one. So if you need this life hack, if you need to tighten the edge a little bit, or you see that the thread is a little bit too thick, or the yarn is a little bit too thick, you can use this life hack to to make the edge look as nice as you want. I hope it makes sense. And here's the final result. I think it looks so much better than the shirt without the border, and I really like how it turned out, but I'm not gonna show the whole thing because here I want to change the neckline and I want to change the armholes, and we're gonna talk about those a little bit later. So I hope that makes sense, that border makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments down below.